Hello and welcome back to People Skills Pro. Have you ever felt like you're losing your mind in a relationship with someone? You have conversations that go in circles, you feel constantly off balance, and you walk away from interactions feeling drained, confused, and questioning your own sanity. You might be the target of a series of sophisticated, covert psychological attacks known as mind games. A mind game is not a simple disagreement or a misunderstanding. It is a deliberate, manipulative strategy designed to create confusion, induce guilt, and subtly control your thoughts and actions. The person playing these games doesn't want to have a direct conflict with you. That would be too honest. Instead, they want to win a hidden war by making you doubt your own reality. They want to make you believe that you are the problem. These tactics are the hallmark of a person who doesn't just dislike you, but who secretly despises you. Their envy, insecurity, or contempt is so strong that they cannot engage with you honestly. They must resort to these dark psychological games to feel a sense of power and superiority. Today, we are going to expose their entire playbook. We will do a deep dive into the 9 most common and destructive mind games people play when they secretly hate you. We will dissect the twisted psychology behind each game, give you clear examples of what they look like, and provide you with the powerful mental frameworks to recognize the game, refuse to play, and reclaim your sanity. The core principle. The goal of the game is to break your reality. Before we get to the list, we must understand the single overarching goal of every mind game: to replace your perception of reality with their own. A healthy person can accept that two people can have different perspectives. A manipulator cannot. They need to control the narrative. They need you to believe their version of events, their interpretation of your motives, and their assessment of your character. Every game we are about to discuss is a tool designed to chip away at your confidence in your own perceptions. The moment you start thinking, maybe I am crazy, or maybe I am too sensitive, they have won a major victory. Your power comes from learning to trust your own reality, even when they are doing everything they can to shatter it. Mind game number 1, gaslighting. This is the cornerstone of psychological manipulation, the most famous and perhaps the most damaging game of all. Gaslighting is the act of manipulating someone by psychological means into questioning their own sanity. What it looks like: denying reality. You bring up something they said or did, and they flatly deny it ever happened. I never said that. You're remembering it wrong. That fight never happened. You must have dreamed it. Questioning your emotional state. You express a valid feeling of being hurt, and they respond, "You're being too sensitive. You're overreacting. Why are you always so dramatic?" Challenging your memory. You have a terrible memory. You're always getting things mixed up. The psychology. The gaslighter's goal is to systematically dismantle your trust in your own mind. If they can make you believe that your memory is faulty, your emotions are invalid, and your perceptions are wrong, then you have no foundation to stand on. You become completely dependent on their version of reality, which they can then shape to their own advantage. It is the ultimate form of psychological control. The antidote, the anchor of documentation. Write it down. This is your most powerful weapon. After a confusing interaction, immediately write down what happened, what was said, and how you felt with the date. This is not for them. It is for you. It is your anchor to reality. When they try to deny it later, you can look at your own written record and know that you are not crazy. Refuse to debate your reality. Do not get into a circular argument about what was said. State your reality calmly and firmly. My memory of the event is different. Whether you think I'm overreacting or not, this is how I feel. Then end the conversation. Mind game number 2. The moving goalposts. This is a game designed to ensure you can never succeed and they can never be satisfied. No matter what you do, as soon as you meet their stated expectation, they change the rules. What it looks like. In a relationship, they say, "I just wish you were more spontaneous." So you plan a surprise weekend trip. Their response? "This is a little irresponsible. I wish you were more thoughtful about our budget." At work, your boss says, "I need you to be more of a team player." So you start actively helping colleagues. Their next review? "Your individual output has slipped this quarter." The psychology. The goal here is to keep you in a perpetual state of striving for their approval, an approval they have no intention of ever giving. It's a power trip. By constantly moving the goalposts, they ensure that you are always in the one-down position, always trying and always failing in their eyes. This keeps them in a position of judgment and superiority. The antidote, the define the win strategy. Get it in writing. In a professional setting, after a review, send a follow-up email. "Great chat. Just to confirm, my primary goal for this quarter is to improve my collaborative output. This will be my main focus." This creates a written record that makes it harder for them to move the goalposts later. Stop playing. In a personal relationship, you must recognize that you are playing an unwinnable game. You can say, "It feels like no matter what I do, it's not what you're looking for. I'm no longer willing to play this game." Mind game number 3, the innocent provocation. This is a game of emotional puppetry. The manipulator will subtly and deliberately say or do something they know is a major trigger for you, and then act shocked and innocent when you react emotionally. What it looks like. They know you're insecure about your career. In a group setting, they innocently ask, "So, how's that job search going? Found anything yet?" They know you're sensitive about a past relationship. They innocently bring up your ex's name. The psychology. They are trying to provoke an emotional reaction from you. When you get upset, they get to play the victim and turn the tables. They can then say to everyone, "Wow, I was just asking a simple question. I don't know why he's so angry and unstable." They have engineered your emotional outburst to make you look bad and to make themselves look like the calm, reasonable one. The antidote, the gray rock method. Do not take the bait. You must recognize the provocation for what it is and refuse to give them the emotional reaction they are craving. Give a calm, boring, factual answer. "How's the job search?" "It's a process. I'm exploring a few interesting leads." "Have you heard from your ex?" "No." Then you immediately change the subject or walk away. Your lack of an emotional reaction starves them of the drama they need. Mind game number 4, strategic incompetence. This is a passive-aggressive game of shirking responsibility. The person pretends to be bad at a task so that you will be forced to do it for them. What it looks like. "I would love to help you with the dishes, but you know I'm just so terrible at it. I always end up breaking something. I tried to make that phone call for you, but I just got so confused by their phone system. You're so much better at this stuff." The psychology. This is about avoiding effort and maintaining control. By feigning incompetence, they manipulate you into taking on more work and responsibility. It's a lazy and dishonest way to manage their workload and their life, and it shows a profound lack of respect for your time and energy. The antidote, the teach don't do method. Refuse to take the task back. Do not fall for it. Instead, become a patient teacher. You. "Oh, that's okay. Breaking dishes isn't a big deal. Here, let me show you how I do it so you don't get confused." You, "That phone system can be tricky. Let's sit down and I'll walk you through it step by step so you know how to do it for next time." By refusing to do the task for them and instead offering to teach them, you call their bluff. Most of the time, they will suddenly figure it out on their own rather than endure a lesson. Mind game number 5, the guilt trip. This is a classic manipulative tool that uses your own conscience against you. It's designed to make you feel responsible for their feelings or their problems. What it looks like: "It's fine. You go out with your friends. I'll just stay here alone. It's okay. I'm used to it. I did all of this for you, and this is how you repay me? If you really loved me, you would." The psychology. The guilt trip is a way to control your behavior by making you feel obligated. The manipulator is outsourcing their own emotional well-being to you. They are saying, "My happiness is your responsibility, and if I am unhappy, it is your fault." This is a deeply toxic and immature dynamic. The antidote, the emotional sovereignty frame. Refuse to accept responsibility for their feelings. You must draw a clear boundary. You are responsible for your actions, but you are not responsible for their emotional reactions. You, "I understand that you're disappointed I'm going out tonight, and I'm sorry you feel that way. But my friendship with them is also important to me. I'll see you when I get back." You acknowledge their feeling. "I understand you're disappointed," but you do not take ownership of it, and you do not change your behavior based on the manipulation. Mind game number 6, the silent treatment. This is a punitive and childish game of emotional withdrawal. When they are displeased, they don't communicate directly, they simply cut you off, refusing to speak or acknowledge you. The psychology is the silent treatment is a powerful tool of control because it creates immense anxiety in the target. The target doesn't know what they did wrong, how long the punishment will last, or how to fix it. They become desperate to get back in the manipulator's good graces, often apologizing for things they didn't even do. The silence forces you to do all the work to repair a connection they deliberately broke. The antidote, the enjoy the silence method. Do not chase them. The worst thing you can do is beg, plead, or repeatedly ask, "What's wrong?" This rewards their behavior and gives them all the power. Live your life happily. The most powerful response is to not let their silence affect you at all. Go about your day, be happy, see your friends, post pictures of you having a good time. When they see that their silence has no power over your emotional state, the tactic becomes useless. When they finally do come back, you can then have a calm conversation. "I'm happy to talk about what was bothering you, but in the future, I need you to use your words. I don't respond to the silent treatment." Mind game number 7, the forced teaming. This is a tactic where the manipulator creates a false sense of us to pressure you into compliance. They use language that presumes a level of intimacy or agreement that doesn't actually exist. What it looks like: "We both know that's a stupid idea, right?" Assuming you agree with their negative assessment. "Come on, we're a team. You have to help me with this." Using the idea of a team to oblige you. A salesperson might say, "So, what do we need to do to get you into this car today?" The psychology. This is a way to bypass your individual judgment. By creating an artificial "we," they make it socially awkward for you to disagree. It feels like you're breaking a team bond that you never actually agreed to form. The antidote, the re-individualize method. Politely correct the language. You can gently but firmly re-establish the I and you. Them. We both know that's a stupid idea, right? You. Actually, I'm still thinking about it. I haven't formed a strong opinion yet. Them. We're a team. You have to help. You. I understand that we're on the same team, but I have to prioritize my own tasks right now. Mind game number 8, the Just Kidding cover. This is the game of laundering insults through humor. They say something genuinely cruel, cutting, or hostile, and then immediately follow it up with, "Just kidding," or "Can't you take a joke?" The psychology. This is a way to attack you with zero consequences. It allows them to deliver their verbal poison and then immediately retreat to the safe ground of plausible deniability. It's a gaslighting tactic that frames your natural hurt reaction as the problem, not their initial insult. The antidote, the explain the joke method. Do not laugh along. This validates their attack. Calmly put the spotlight on them. Without smiling, make eye contact and say in a neutral, curious tone, "I don't get it. Can you explain what's funny about that?" This is a brilliant move. It forces them to deconstruct their joke and expose its cruel premise, which makes them look foolish and malicious. Mind game number 9, the strategic overwhelm. This is a tactic used in arguments where the person bombards you with a high volume of information, accusations, or past grievances all at once. What it looks like is you try to bring up one specific issue, and they respond with a tidal wave of unrelated problems. You want to talk about the dishes? Fine, let's talk about the dishes, and let's talk about what your mother said last Christmas and that time you were late 2 years ago, and the psychology. This is called a kitchen sink argument. The goal is to overwhelm and confuse you. By throwing so many accusations at you all at once, they make it impossible for you to defend yourself against any single one. You become so flustered and exhausted that you eventually just give up. They win the argument not by being right, but by creating chaos. The antidote, the one-topic rule. Hold the frame. Do not get drawn into their chaotic whirlwind. Calmly and repeatedly bring the conversation back to the original point. I understand you have other things you want to discuss, and we can talk about them later, but right now we are talking about the dishes. Let's resolve this one issue first. This shows that you cannot be flustered or bullied by their chaos. So, there you have it. The 9 mind games that are the hallmark of a person who secretly despises you. Gaslighting, moving goalposts, innocent provocations, strategic incompetence, guilt trips, the silent treatment, forced teaming, the just kidding cover, and the strategic overwhelm. These are not just bad communication habits. They are deliberate strategies of psychological warfare designed to make you doubt yourself and to give them control. Your power does not come from learning to play these games better than they do. Your power comes from recognizing the game is being played and refusing to pick up your pieces. It comes from trusting your reality, holding your boundaries, and calmly disengaging from anyone who uses these tactics. When you can see these games clearly, you are no longer a participant, you are an observer. And from that position of observation, you can make a clear, confident choice to walk away and invest your precious energy in people who communicate with honesty, integrity, and respect. If you found this guide helpful, please click the like button and subscribe to People Skills Pro for more practical advice on navigating the complexities of human relationships. Thank you for listening.